Here you can see one of my favorite buildings in the city of Tampere, main library Metso. But let's go. Today's WoolTalks will be about how to storify hairdressers' work. And I'm on my way to Raisa to get my hair done, get some new color and new cut for my hair, and at the same time I will be doing this February's WoolTalk. So see you soon. So it was something like 5 years ago that we did the Storification project for Rasia, and Rasia means like a little box in Finnish, and it is also of course Rasia is almost the same as the Raisa, your name.
Yes.
And how long have you been having the hair salon here in this place?
Well, what do I say? I think about 7 years. 7 years perhaps. Yeah.
Yes.
Time flies.
Yes, time really flies.
Yes.
And so then we did the core story project. Yes. And we found out that we did this like a little story about this little box, that when you come into this hair salon, it is a bit like coming into this very special little box. Yes. Where you can have your hair being done and all of that. And then basically the story is the idea that this hair salon used to, like long time ago, this used to be the place where dogs came to be trimmed. Yes. To get their trimming. So this was kind of the hair salon for dogs.
Yes.
But nowadays it is also taking care of the dogs owners. Yes. But still, like dogs and all the other animals are still very much welcome. Yes. To visit the Rasia hair salon, and
they do quite often actually.
Yeah, and I think this is really fun what happens in your Instagram account.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It shows that they actually do come here, dogs. Mostly dogs. Yes.
Yeah. And yes, so that's basically the idea of the core story. And I think what was really important with the core story was that there was this values that are very important. Yes. To you. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Values, it's like the most important for me is cruelty free, and I choose my products based on that. And also the story was a nice way of like putting it out there also, that just how much it means to me, and also how to like stand out from like millions of hair salons we have here in Finland. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about this, that what do you feel that are the benefits of the storification? And you kind of said it there already, so that this
it sets you apart. It sets you apart, I think. I think it's a genius way to how you think yourself also about your place, and it helps you like everything in the decoration, in choosing new products, and also it kind of like brings your kind of customers also, the ones that this all makes smile and they enjoy it as much as I do.
Yeah, that's a really good point also, that it helps you to find the customers that you are looking for, that really appreciate your service and the way you do your work.
Yes, and also don't mind that maybe this place, maybe I think outside the box a little bit. But I think it's quite good thing if you think how many places there are, like hair salons in Tampere alone, that why do you have to be the same every time? Why can't you just be a little bit different and still do good work?
Yeah, that's nice. Thinking a little bit like outside the box, being inside the box.
Yes, thinking outside the box, me while I'm inside the box. Yes.
Yeah, and I think some time ago you told me that some of your clients have been a bit wondering, of course, because the way you do, for instance, your Instagram account, that there is no pictures of people getting their hair done and new how to say.
I don't present my work there.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, yes. You don't do that. No products or anything like that. So, can you tell us what is there in your Instagram account?
There's only dogs that come to visit me with their owners come here to have their hair cut or dyed or makeup or whatever, and they bring their dogs with them so that I can play with them also.
Yes, that's really nice. And then your customers have their own dogs.
Actually nowadays they apologize if they don't have their dogs with them when they come. That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, and so they have their dogs can have their pictures there on your Instagram account, and that kind of reminds the story that this used to be the place for dogs, but nowadays also taking care of the dogs owners.
Yes.
And I think it's a really good example about this, that we have this idea that you need to be showing off your work and your products, but that's not the only way to do it. There are other ways to do it as well. And what was I supposed to ask? Maybe we talk a little bit about this the Christmas calendar project that we did. So when we had the core story done, then we had this kind of Christmas calendar project. Do you want to maybe tell us about that?
Well, it was an idea that during December I had this Christmas calendar in my window where there were these dogs, like different dog every day, different product, different like maybe how do you say, mikä on tarjous?
Like an offer
of the day.
Yeah, something I would say.
Yes,
maybe.
and there was this Christmas decoration also, and it was like, well, people stopped behind the window looking and smiled a lot, as well as I did. I smiled every day doing the Christmas calendar and thinking about it, and also all the children passing by, adults, everybody was intrigued. What is this? What is this? They met it was something, I've never seen that one done like that before, and that was the most fun part for me, because it was different. Yeah. And the dogs that were in the calendar are now still here and in my shelves with the products, and children play with them, and I change their places every now and then, and it's just so much fun. It's just fun. Yes.
That's so good, and that's I think so good example that the storification, story-driven design process is not about telling the story, telling the company story, but it's about creating this story experience that the customers can feel that they are part of. And that's a great example that the children can play with the dogs and
and they love it.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, and it's really fun. Also, you told me, I think, some time ago, you told me that sometimes maybe the parents of the children are like, oh, don't touch the dog.
Don't touch, and I say, of course you can touch. They are toys.
Yes.
And you can play with them, and you can give them names and stuff, and they don't break.
Yeah, that sounds, I think, very nice example that we are so used to that. Okay, children are so many times told that don't do that, don't touch that, and now that this, inside the razzia here, so you can play with those little dogs and it's okay. What do you think that why should companies and also little companies maybe, why should they use storification and maybe work together with me to find their core story?
Yeah, because it helps you, like it helps you to actually yourself know your place, know your, how do you say,
like the maybe the notes or DNA, like the core of your own work.
And you don't realize before how much it affects everything, every decision you make afterwards. But it's easier because you have this like red string you can follow, and so you don't like do everything and anything, but you just, you know what to do, you know how you should do it.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it, that it's something to follow, and it can be a very big thing for a small entrepreneur that is doing their own thing, and maybe you don't have so much like other people, like a team around you.
No.
And that way the story is very important for yourself.
Important. Yes, it's also important. It helps me develop my company.
Yeah.
And it doesn't like, if I want to change something, it doesn't like I can do it, but I still have the red string like there to follow.
Yeah, you know what kind of changes to do and how you want to do it, and very important, I think, that the core story is rooted on your values and how you want to do your work, and the cruelty free.
It's easy. Yeah. It's easy, and it makes sense. It makes sense. It just makes sense, and it makes everything easier for me to do some decisions or choose whatever I choose, is the interior design or products or
or your marketing.
Yes, my marketing. Yes.
Why do you think that the other hair salons, that there is this that we are doing things in a very same way? Why do you think that there is not so much different hair salons doing their things differently, or using this kind of storification or other way of differentiation?
I think it's just maybe this thinking is still quite new, I think. Maybe, it's something that people don't think about that much, or doesn't seem important perhaps, or, I have this place, I do haircuts and I dye hair and that's what I do, but can't it be something more also? Can't it just like be a story and a little bit fun also at the same time?
Yeah, that is very it's an interesting thing, and maybe that there is that they not so many understand that how much it can affect your business and be like this business value that comes with this kind of maybe a bit fun and
It's like
how to say?
It helps your imagination. It's if your work is creative, then I think you should surround you with that kind of creativeness, and also it just helps.
Yeah.
And works together well.
Yeah, really great way to put it. That it's also for your own imagination and keeping yourself like happy with in your work.
Yes, and it's one of the main things. It really I love it, and it makes me happy, and I love my work, and I love my place, and I love that my place has a story, and yeah.
Thank you, Raisa.
You're welcome.